how are we all doing? Welcome back to yet another live stream. We are here for the lunchtime kickoff between Preston North End and Coventry City. Welcome along to everyone. Make sure you've hit the like button, make sure you are subscribed, get in the live chat and get your predictions in. It's good to see you all. And thank you for those of you guys that have tuned in already. The game kicks off in 8 minutes, so we are pretty close already to kick off, so get your comments in quickly before the game starts at Deepdale, which we know is a ground Coventry don't like travelling to. Hello to everyone. Like I say, there's already 50 people in here. Please take 2 seconds to hit that like button. It really does help the stream out. I'm just getting things set up. If you're wondering why we're starting a little bit closer to kick off this time, it's because I've been playing football myself this morning and we won and I scored. But let's talk about Coventry, guys. Let's get predictions in. 7 minutes till kickoff. Predictions. What are we saying? Let me just remind you, if you're not already aware, Coventry have never won at Preston in the league at Deepdale. This is just a terrible stat. They are the definition of a bogey team. And yeah, we'll get the starting 11s up in a minute, but let's get your comments in. How are we sounding, by the way? Just give us a quick little comment in the live chat. Do we sound okay? Do we look okay? I've just fired the stream up first. Loads of comments. Taylor, please don't spam the live chat, by the way. Just put your comment once or twice, but you don't have to put it 10 times. Yeah, look at that. People are starting to tune in. Right, I'll give you 30 seconds for loads of people to get their comments in. So like I say, get involved. And then we'll start talking about the fixture itself, which starts very soon. Let's get the starting 11s up for those of you guys that might be waiting to do a prediction once you've seen the starting 11s. Here we go. You can't see the Coventry starting 11. Let's start with Preston then. Woodman, Hayden, Story, Lindsay, Hughes, McCann, Ledson, Thordarson, Froska Jensen, Brady and Reece Jacobson. Remember, they are missing Osmajic after he got banned. He is a good player for them, scores goals, got 2 against Watford recently, but he bit, was it Beck for Blackburn? So he's serving a suspension now. I think Osmajic scored when Coventry played Preston last season as well. Let's have a look at Coventry's starting 11. I might just have to move this across. Let's have a look. Is that Latibodiere, left wing? I don't know if I... What's that about? Let's have a look anyway. Dovin, Van Ivak, Thomas, Binks, De Silva. Okay, fair enough. Sheaf and Eccles, I'm happy with that. Redoni, he's been one of our best players this season. Bassett, Sims and Latibodiere. I'm not sure if he's really playing there, but we'll see. What are we thinking of that starting 11, guys? Let us know. Let's have a look at your comments, guys, because kickoff is 5 minutes away. Welcome along to everyone, by the way. Are we looking and sounding okay? Sounds okay, sounds good. Oh, I love that. Right, good afternoon to Simon, to Nino, to Mr. Diamond, to Colin, to Caroline, to Gary, to Mr. Diamond again, Neondo, GHJN. Let's have a look. GHJN reckons it'll be 2-1 to Preston. We need to say a massive thank you to Lee. What a legend Lee Beckett is, because he's just donated £2. He says, let's have it today. PUSB 2-1. So I presume he's going for 2-1 Coventry. Thank you so much, Lee. Look, it's great to see so many people in here already, but please take 2 seconds to hit that like button because there is double the viewers than likes. So just hit the like button. If we could hit 100 before kickoff, that would be amazing, but we've only got 4 minutes. So get involved. And like I say, our attention will turn to Deepdale soon. What else have we got? 1-0 Preston, says Mr. Diamond. Gazzaman says he's in the ground. About 8 of us have come down from Scotland. Good to see you, Gazzaman, and enjoy it. Enjoy it. Hopefully it's enjoyable. A KG 1-0 to Coventry, says Simon. Aman says 4-0 Preston. Saar says 2-1 Coventry. 3-0 Preston, says Gemma. 2-0 Cov, says 69. Karen Murphy, thank you so much. Morning, Matt. Good luck with the game. That is very generous. Thank you so much for the donations already. Thank you so much, Cara. Good luck to Sunderland. I think you support Sunderland, don't you? They're playing tomorrow, aren't they? Fingers crossed. It's great to see all of your support, guys. Keep it coming. Like, subscribe, comment, predictions. reactions, get them in, because our attention is going to turn to the game at Deepdale kicking off very soon as the players are coming out the tunnel any second now. Hello Matt, your hair looks wet. Yeah, so guys, let me just explain. It does, because I've been playing football this morning and we won and I scored. Yeah, I'm going to put that in there. And it was a header, so I'll put that down to it. Mate, I've just had to take like the kit off and stuff, and oh my God, it was muddy and everything, and we were playing in puddles. But I'm in. I've made it in time. Our attention does turn to this one, and I'm so desperate for Coventry to get something. We support the boys. We want a result, but they need to give us something to go off now because it's been a really slow start. Let's just remind you guys of the table, because let's be honest, both Preston and Coventry have both had slow starts. Had 19th and 20th. It's a relegation six-pointer. No, I'm sure we'll both improve. I mean, the expectations for Coventry are really high. For Preston, they're usually expected to be around mid-table, aren't they? But they've had a slow start. They have changed the manager, so bear that in mind, of course. Right, we are all set and ready to go. It is 29 minutes past 12, so 1 minute till kick-off. Let's just have a few more comments. Nathaniel Galpin, thank you so much. $4.99 donation. That is very, very generous. Desperately need a win today, pal. Bassett and Radoni, who I'm relying on the most. Bogey team, though. But fingers crossed, PUSB. Thank you, Nathaniel. What a legend. That is so generous. You don't have to do that. That's very, very kind. So can we have a massive thank you to Nathaniel and Cara and Lee, who have all donated. That is so generous. That support goes a long way. It's really, really appreciated. But yes, let's keep things positive. Let's hope we can get a result. I've predicted 1-0 Preston. Yes, I'm sorry. I sound negative, but I'm just going to go off the fact that Coventry never usually win here. But let's hope I'm wrong. I'm predicting 1-0 to Preston. What are you guys predicting? It's 12:30, so get your comments in quickly, because it's just about to kick off. Where are we at? Here we are. Yeah, not kicked off just yet, but the players are on the pitch. Keep those comments coming, and let's do one last little like spike up towards 100, guys. We've got seconds till kick off, so please hit the like button and support us. Let me just lower my chair a little bit. Let's move the camera over. There we go. We're looking good, aren't we? Yeah, so keep your comments coming. It's 12:30. The players are taking their positions. Let's have a little look. What was I going to do? I was just going to make things a little bit brighter. There we go. Right. Thank you for those of you guys that said we were sounding and looking all good as well. Just need that confirmation. But yeah, the players, have they swapped ends? It looks like they have. The ball is about to get rolling here, guys. So fasten your seatbelts. And maybe, I mean, let's be honest. I know we say this every time, but maybe it's going to be history in the making today. Can Coventry finally win a league game at Preston? Well, we're about to find out. Here we go then. Let's start the timer, because the ball is just about to get rolling at Deepdale here. Preston versus Coventry. And it's live. Right, 90 minutes of pain coming our way, Coventry fans. Thank you to everyone who has joined us for this one. Keep your comments coming. Make sure you have dropped a like. If you haven't already got a prediction in, get it in the live chat quickly. Make sure you're subscribed. Do all of that good stuff. And Coventry City head the ball out for a Preston throw-in on the halfway line. And the camera pans in on Mark Robbins there, looking pretty snug in his big coat. 0-0, 30 seconds gone. Preston North End with possession inside their own half. Let's have a little look at some of your comments, guys. Any more predictions? Rouster says Coventry have the best away fans. I think we've taken like over 3,000. Has anyone got a number? Because considering it's 12:30, it's about 2.5 hours away on TV. That's great support, isn't it? I think it's about 3,000. And they go in there in hope rather than expectation. Long ball forwards here. Ellis Sims does not get there. It rolls all the way back to the Preston North End goalkeeper there, Woodman. Coventry City conceding a free kick there. Radoni just being a bit too tenacious. I think he committed a foul there by just grabbing him. So let me just confirm to you guys as well. It's a busy time, 12:30 now on a Saturday. We get quite a few games. So as you can see up there, we've got Tottenham versus West Ham. We've got Cardiff Plymouth, Luton Watford, Oxford West Brom, and Preston Coventry. And I believe there's probably a couple of League One games on as well. Reading Crawley and Wycombe Peterborough. So keep up to date with all of those games here. We'll let you know where the goals are going in. But of course our focus is at Deepdale, where it remains 0-0 and Ellis Sims tries to latch onto that through ball there. But to no avail. 0-0 it remains. Guys, what minute is the first goal going in today? We usually do that. Feel free to let us know in the live chat what minute the first goal is going in. I'll go with 37th minute. Ball goes out there for a Coventry City throw-in inside the Coventry City half. Let's have a look at some comments. Was flooded near Wycombe Stadium this morning, says Chris. Lee says it's 3k plus. You could pay on the gate today. Scorp Gaming says it'll be the 23rd minute. GHJN says 28th. Drew says 78th. Rouster says 66th. You are so close to 79k subs, says Ben. Yeah, we're not far off, by the way. So if there is anyone watching that isn't subscribed, get involved. Like, subscribe. And maybe we'll have a good stream to enjoy today on top of all of that. And Coventry City get a free kick here. Yellow card to Ledson. Coventry's counter-attack was broken up there. So that's an early yellow card. Ledson goes into the book on 3.5 minutes. Here's a question, Coventry fans. Am I being negative by saying a draw would be decent today? Is that negative, yes or no? Because I personally think a draw at Preston's not bad, given our track record. I'm not saying we're not capable of winning this, but I'm just saying how we always struggle against certain bogey teams. Goalless still. No chances to report on just yet. Coventry City give the ball away cheaply for a Preston throw-in as Thomas decided to try and control the ball instead of just letting it go out. No, probably more realistic, says Simon. We'll do an open-top bus celebration if Coventry get out of here with a 0-0 draw today. Let's have a look at a few more comments. I think if we lose today, Doug pulls the trigger, says GTIN Gaming. I don't know. I mean, it'll certainly be annoying if we lose, and it's still a bad start because we're now at 10 games. But I think, given that we've had an international break, it would be, in my opinion, strange to sack a manager one game into the next chunk of games, especially someone like Robbins. I would get your point if you said we lose the next 3 or something. But, I don't know, people are entitled to their own opinion on that. Anyway, let's see what happens here as we have the first corner of the game, which is for Preston. And I've always thought Preston are a big physical team, so let's try and nullify their threats from this corner, which is going to be an outswinger. Here we go. The corner goes in. And Bobby Thomas does well there. He gets his head on it. And Preston do retrieve the ball on the edge of the box. Oh, uh-oh. Shot. It goes over. Goal kick to Coventry. I didn't really touch on the fact that Dovin's back in goal. What do people make of that? If you're a Coventry fan, let us know. Who would you prefer to be in goal? And also, if we've got Any Preston fans in here today? Give us a wave in the live chat. Let's see if we have got any Preston fans joining us. Let's have a look at a couple of comments. Kobe reckons it'll be 2-1 to Coventry today. Jimbo says Coventry are going to win. Guys, by the way, we've got 140 people in here, but we're still not on 100 likes. Everyone take 2 seconds to hit that like button. Just really helps the stream. Whoops, as I nearly knocked the camera over. It just helps everyone find the stream, so get involved. Here's a chance for Ben Sheaf. Ben Sheaf, oh, that's going to be a goal kick to Preston. I'm not sure if that was a cross or a shot. It was a bit of a chip. I think he's definitely going for the cross. Looking back at that, it could have gone in though. But he goes out for a goal kick to Preston North End. And Preston bring it out from the back. It remains 0-0. Let's have a little look at those other scores. Have we had any goals yet? I mean, four half-12 games in the Championship's a bit crazy, isn't it? 4. It used to be just 1, and then they've gone up to doing about 3 on average now. But we've got 4 half-12 games, but there's no goals to report on in the Premier League or Championship yet. And if anyone was living under a rock last night, just to keep you up to date, Leeds United beat Sheffield United 2-0, which has drawn them level right at the top of the table, all on 19 points. Coventry are currently on 8 points. We need to get a move on. Uh-oh, here come Preston. Oh, what a save! What a save by Dovin. That should have been 1-0 to Preston. It's the best chance. It's the only chance of the game. And Dovin deserves full credit. He's stuck his foot out really well there to tip it round the post and out for a corner. It was number 9, which I think is Emil Reece-Jacobson, isn't it? He always smashes that across the goal. Yeah, it's Reece-Jacobson. And Dovin gets his big toe on it. And he goes out for a corner to Preston. Here they come. The cross goes in. And it's headed over for a Coventry goal kick. Coventry are still level for now, but Preston have just started to find their rhythm. Guys, 99 likes. Come on now, we're 1 like away. There's 50 people watching that haven't hit the like button. We just need 1 of you to hit the like button. Thank you to those of you guys that have already got involved. Let's have a look at some comments. Kobe says, are we going up? Let's try and get close to the playoffs first. At this rate, we're definitely not, but it's a long old season, so let's hope we turn it around as we usually do. Where's everyone watching from today, by the way? Have we got loads of people viewing from Coventry, or have we got people from all over? Let us know. Still goalless. We have a goal, though, at Kenilworth Road. Luton versus Watford. And it's Luton who have scored first. They need to win this one. And they are winning it. Luton 1, Watford 0. That's a big goal. Coventry City haven't really had a chance yet. We did have Ben Sheaf running through, but his cross was not very good. And that's about it. We haven't had any real openings otherwise. Preston have definitely had the best chance, which Dovin managed to tip round the post. We might need him to play really well today if we're going to get out of here with anything. Dovin smashes it forwards. Bassett gambles, but it doesn't come to him. Coventry City get a throw-in. Let's have a look at what you guys are saying. Yeah, Luton 1-0 up. Let's have a look at where people are watching from. Oh, chance for Ellis Sims. Oh, he glances his head at that. That should have been a goal. It's a really good chance, and Ellis Sims, it kind of brushes off his afro. I mean, he's got a big head of hair, hasn't he? But it didn't quite connect with his head. And it's just sort of... Oh, no, I didn't really get anything on it. Let's have a look at some comments. Where are people watching from? Kevin is in Norwich. Leon is in Perth, Australia. We've got Durham, Greece, Cov, France, Hamburg, Scotland, Coventry, Wickham, Australia, Dublin, Coventry, Dudley. Wow. Thank you guys for tuning in. It remains goalless here, which in this game for Coventry is a good thing. Long ball forwards and Dovin collects it. As we edge towards 12 minutes in this thrilling encounter. Sky Blues go back to Dovin again and he smashes it up the pitch. Let's try and find out a bit more about Luton Town's goal. Who scored? Jordan Clark. There you go. So Luton are beating Watford in the Rob Edwards derby. Coventry City smash the ball long here and Bassett gives chase. It's cheap. It's so cheap from Bassett. He gives away a free kick. He's not really having any joy just yet. I'm not against him starting today, by the way. I think it's completely worth rotating, given that none of our strikers are really hitting the ground running this season. I think there's a couple of players that are just, you can't take them out of the team. I think Rodoni, Sheaf and Eccles, for me, is our strongest part right now. I know we don't have much depth in midfield, but I really like those three. But defensively and going forwards this season, it's been questionable. Here's a chance for Preston. Oh, it's a great ball. Oh, and Reece Jacobson should be scoring there. He heads it wide. It's a goal kick to Coventry. Oh. Yeah. God. Jeez. Coventry are getting cut open with crosses into the box. Adam's watching from Worcester. Is that where he's watching from? He says, with the dad of CEO Body. Really? Dave Body? He's obviously not at Coventry anymore. I did see an interview with Dave Body on, was it Sky Blue Fans TV? That was really good, actually. Really good. Here come Preston down the right-hand side. Nice play. Once again, they're a real threat in the air, aren't they? Coventry City sliced the ball away. It goes out for a Preston throw-in on the halfway line. In fact, no, it's gone out for a Coventry throw-in because it took a nick. So, it remains 0-0. And like I say, I'm not trying to sound too negative, but I'm pretty happy with 0-0. Let's have a look in League One. Any goals? Nope. Reading 0, Crawley 0, Wickham 0, Peterborough 0. Accrington are beating Barrow in League 2. Oh, look at that. What a donation. Ella, thank you so much. Let's see what Ella said. Only got over for one game this season. New job, got in the way. May explain the bad starts. Hope to get over soon. Play up Sky Blues. Thank you so much, Ella. Guys, massive respect for Ella in the live chat. Very, very generous. And hopefully you'll get to another Coventry game soon. We've got a couple of home games come in, haven't we? We've got Derby County and Luton Town are the next two home games, I think. So you'll have to try and get to those. But thank you, Ella. Very generous. Very generous. We need your Irish luck. Preston North End coming forwards here. This looks dangerous down the right-hand side. Oh, no. They've definitely been the better team. There's no two ways about that. And they've won a free kick here on the edge of the box. At least it's 0-0, but if it keeps going like this, it won't be. Jay Da Silva gives it away. We've just got kryptonite whenever we play at Deepdale. We just go mental. We just seem to lose it. Oh, there's a goal at the Cardiff City Stadium. Cardiff 1, Plymouth 0. Robertson with the goal. Cardiff 1, Plymouth 0. So, there's a free kick here for Preston in a sort of crossing position on the corner of the box. There's players queuing up here and this looks dangerous. A real chance for Preston to make the breakthrough in this game. It goes in. Oh, it's won by a Coventry head and just about dealt with. And Ellis Sims, oh, Jada Silva too slow, but it comes for Josh Eccles. He does the wise thing and plays it to Bobby Thomas, and Bobby Thomas passes it through to Van Evak, and he wins a free kick on the halfway line. It's a bit better there from Coventry. Made the right decisions when we were playing it out, and we've won a free kick here. And we've got a goal in the Premier League. Tottenham 0, West Ham 1. How about that? Tottenham 0, West Ham United 1. So, Coventry free kick on the halfway line on the right-hand side. Sam says Portsmouth are now bottom as things stand. Yeah, they will be actually if Cardiff are winning. Yeah, you're right. Rodoni goes back to Binks, and Binks goes to Latibodiere. So, yeah, Latibodiere is playing in defence. I don't know why the BBC is trying to say he's like left wing. They don't know what they're talking about sometimes, do they? They just don't know who plays where. Here we go. Chance for Josh Eccles to turn, and he goes to Thomas, and Thomas tries the ambitious ball, and it's going to go out for a goal kick, but a bit better. Just keep it down their end. That way they can't score, eh? It remains 0-0. Let's have a look in the live chat. What have we got going on? Cara says, West Ham have a mint squad on paper. They do, actually. Yeah, they got a decent team. Got some decent players, and there you go. They are winning. It was Kudus who scored for West Ham. So, West Ham are winning. Cardiff are winning. Luton are winning. Accrington are winning. And every other game that's currently on is goalless, which includes this one at Deepdale. 19 minutes gone. And the camera pans in on Mark Robbins, and you can see behind him the 37 coaches that Coventry City have now got. Oh, good pressure from Bassett there. And Preston just about come away with the ball, but yeah, we pressed them while they were in their own third. 0-0 it remains. Matt SB, can you say your longest possible sentence about Coventry City with alliteration? Oh gosh. What, spontaneously, or if I have time to think of one? Coventry crumble because can't compete. Had to be a negative one, didn't it? I don't know what that was just rubbish, wasn't it? I can't think of one. Binks with possession. To be honest, I'm fairly happy with the score. 20 minutes, still 0-0. I know the performance has been okay. I mean, we haven't actually offered a lot going forwards just yet. They've had 2 decent chances, they have, but they haven't taken them. So, I'll take a 0-0 for now, if it stays this way. Guys, let's just do another like spike. There is 160 people in here, so please make sure you've dropped a like. Just help us push to 200 likes next. It takes 2 seconds and it is massively appreciated. Like and subscribe. Any more goals to keep you up to date with? Reading are beating Crawley in League One. There's a goal for you. Here's a chance for Coventry City. Rodoni tries to put the ball through, but it doesn't quite pay off. Here's Bobby Thomas. Finds Josh Eccles. Eccles finds Jada Silva. Jada Silva now for Radoni. His cross is not a bad one. It's brought away by Preston. Coventry City win it back on the halfway line. We're just having a minute or two of good play here where we're keeping the ball and trying to make something happen. Let's see. Here's Jada Silva. Here's Radoni. Back to Jada Silva. He's on the edge of the box. He plays it to Ben Sheaf. Sheaf's going to shoot, and goodness me. Sheaf, what was that? My son could put more power on that. But no, let's be honest, that was better. That was much better. It's just a shame the shot was a bit poor, but yeah, we've started to get the ball a bit more, which is encouraging. Let's have a look at some more comments. Hey, remember in the Watford match where you mixed up Georgia the country and the Georgian era? I animated it, not well though. Also, 1-0 to Coventry, says LVA. Cheers, buddy. Hi, Matt. Watching from across the pond from South Bend, Indiana, USA. Wow. Cheers, Amy. Thanks for joining us. We've got quite a few people that tune in from the US, which is cool. There's another goal, by the way, just to let you know about. Cardiff City are 2-0 up against Plymouth in the Championship. Cardiff 2, Plymouth 0. And here at Deepdale, it remains Preston 0, Coventry 0. Here come Preston. Down the right-hand side, they are going to get a throw-in right next to the corner flag. Cara says, Rooney turning it around didn't last very long. I think Plymouth are going to be better at home this season. I didn't fancy them to get anything at Cardiff, and it's really starting to look true, isn't it? Here come Preston. Lofted ball. I think that's Ledson. He brings it down for Reece Jacobson. Jacobson manages to get the shot off and Dovin collects it. It remains 0-0. It was going wide anyway. Ford Driven says, new here, subscribed and liked. Is Coventry's problems lack of quality or lack of fight? It's a good question, that. It's a bit of both. I think we've got a lot of quality, but we don't seem to have quality in certain departments. By that, I mean experience, which is a quality. Experience is a quality. And we don't have much of a spine at the moment. But there is enough. I mean, this team shouldn't be 20th, let's be honest. Like, you could say, oh, it doesn't have a spine, which I think is true, but it still on its own should be at least top half. So I think there's a lack of fight. I don't know, maybe a lack of, I don't know, consistency is a few things. Some players do fight, but they're all kind of working hard, but not in the same direction, it feels like sometimes. Here come Preston. Oh, this is dangerous. Here we go. Preston chance. Oh my goodness me, I thought that was in. Brady smashes it wide. I thought he scored, but it goes out for a Coventry goal kick. It remains 0-0. That was dangerous. They've definitely had the three best chances. Brady should have done better there. Oof. Hi, Matt. I am off to the cottage now and hope that Coventry win against Preston, says Wayne. Yeah, good luck today, Fulham. They're playing Aston Villa. So good luck, Wayne. I hope you enjoy it. At what point do Coventry really have to start winning, says Loca Benz. That's up to interpretation. I mean, most of us would say now. But, I don't know. Technically, we could start winning at Christmas and still maybe make the playoffs or something, but I don't know, that you don't give yourself much room for error, much margin for error, should I say, if you keep starting seasons slow. So, I mean, I would take a draw today, and then maybe we can beat QPR on Tuesday. That would be alright, wouldn't it? Get 4 points. Oh, God, that's really good play. Here come Preston. Ben Sheaf does well. No, he doesn't, actually. He was dispossessed, and Preston managed to get the shot off, but thankfully for us, it's gone over. Goal kick to Coventry, but they are getting close. Is anyone else watching this at the moment, or you're just watching the stream? Because if you're watching this, I think you're going to agree with me that Preston maybe should be 1-0 up now. You know, some of the chances they've had. GHGN says, imagine if a team gets relegated from the Championship with 55 points this season. Yeah, that'd be crazy. What's the record? Is it 54? Was that the Peterborough season, or was it 52? Here come Coventry. We get a throw in here. Inside the Preston half. Bassett. He loses it. And yeah, that's the end of the Coventry attack. We had a throw in. That was as good as it got. Just seeing a replay of that. Coventry trying to appeal for a penalty. It was too soft there. That Bassett kind of fell over in the box under a bit of a challenge, but not a penalty for me. GXGN says 54 points by Peterborough, 2012-13. Yeah, and that was the, as you mentioned a week or two ago, that was the day where Barnsley and Huddersfield played out a 2-2 draw, didn't they? And Peterborough got relegated. Let's have a look at a few more comments. Over the past few seasons, there's always been a couple of teams that start bad and end really well, like us and QPR last season, says Kevin. Yeah, Coventry getting renowned for it now, aren't we? Famous for bad starts and strong finishes. Although, technically, we were strong in the middle of last season. We actually ended last season, the last 8 games or so, really badly. If you've just joined us, 28 minutes played, it's goalless. Preston have definitely had the best chances, but it's 0-0. They've not taken them. Coventry trying to make things happen. Hopefully, this is as bad as it gets, and in the second half we'll play some good stuff, but you do feel like we're counting our blessings to still be in the game a bit at the minute. Well, not to still be in the game, but to be level, should I say. Let's have a look at a couple more comments as Preston just keep possession inside their own half. PUSB Ronan, good to see you. Surely Coventry can beat PNE, says Sir Nigel of Farage. Oh, no. We never do. Here's Ellis Sims. Sims. Goes out for a Preston throw-in inside Preston's half. Okay, we've had a goal at the Kassam. Oxford United 0, West Brom 1. So West Brom are winning at Oxford, which means Preston versus Coventry is now the only game in the Championship that is currently goalless. It's our turn for a goal, right? We're finally going to get one. Hopefully for Coventry. Mathematically, the maximum points in a 2014 league with bottom 3 for relegation is 75 for a relegation team, 3 points for a win. Is it? That's crazy, isn't it? I think that makes sense, though. I presume we're doing extremes here, and you're saying 2 teams with probably 0 points, and then the other 22 all with 75. Is that how it works? Something like that. Yeah, imagine getting relegated with 75 points. Be a tad unlucky, wouldn't you? Here comes a Coventry City free kick. It's not a bad position, this, actually. We have a free kick on the wide, out wide, sorry, on the right-hand side. Rodoni is to take it. And hopefully we can score in front of those Coventry fans that have made the journey. Rodoni to take. Come on. Come on. Oh. It's a corner though. Here's me thinking he just smashed it out of play, but it did take a nick off the man who was in the one-man wall. So it's a corner to Coventry, once again, in front of those 3,000 Coventry fans. Come on. Come on. Rodoni to take. Come on, lads. Come on. We're still waiting. Here we go. Rodoni takes the corner and the keeper catches it. It remains 0-0. By the way, did the stream just cut out for a second there? It just froze for a minute. Hopefully it's still working all right. Let us know how we're getting on in the live chat. I don't know if it just froze for a second. Right, 0-0 it remains. Oh, we've just had a lovely donation there. Thank you so much, Richard. He says, thanks for doing what you do. Have a beer on me. Come on, Coventry. I'll tell you what, Richard, that can pay for the beers that I've got in the fridge. I'll get one at half time. Thank you so much, Richard. What a legend. What a legend. Round of applause for Richard, guys, because we've had some great support today. So many donations. And Richard with, what was that, Australian dollars. You love to see it. Thank you, Richard. 0-0 it remains. Deep down. Richard, did you give us a prediction, by the way? What are you saying today? Preston come forwards here with Brady. What time are we at? 34. If we can get to half time, 0-0, I'll be relatively happy. 11 minutes, well, 12 minutes till half time. Imagine if today's the day Coventry finally win at Preston. I'll never stop talking about it. I'll be like, I was watching it live. And there'll be people that were like, I was there the day we did it. Richard, he says he didn't. Richard, go on, give us a prediction. What are you saying? Thank you once again, though, Richard. What a legend. Very, very generous. Will Luton do back-to-back relegations? A Bolton fan has asked. I don't think so. They're currently winning as well, so no. Preston corner. What happened there? I think that's a free kick to Coventry, actually. Yeah, free kick to Coventry inside our own box. So a bit of a confusion there. Ledson needs to be careful. I don't know if he was the one who just gave that away, but he got booked after 3 minutes, didn't he? Richard says 2-1 to Cov. It's going to be all late goals. There you go. We'll see if Richard gets that right. Thank you once again, Richard, for the donation. Very generous. Oh, well done, Jada Silva. He keeps the ball in play here as Coventry City need to get a chance soon. His cross was no good, though. Like, as in that, I mean a good chance. We haven't really had a good chance. The best chance we've had was a cross came in and Ellis Sims kind of brushed his hair, but it didn't really get any contact on it. Van Evak has done really well there down the right-hand side. It's now a corner to Coventry. Corner ball to the Sky Blues. 10 minutes to half time. Rodoni to take. Rodoni puts it in. Oh! There'll be another corner to Coventry though. Who was that who got his head on that? It must have been a Preston player, but it looked like Latibodia headed that. There's been a goal in the Premier League, by the way. Tottenham 1, West Ham 1. Kulusevski has equalised for Tottenham. 1-1. Let's stay at Deepdale, where Coventry City have another corner now, coming in from the opposite side. We've had a fair few chances. By the way, that looks like a lot of Coventry fans. That looks more like 4,000, by the way. Anyway, the corner goes in. Oh, jeez. Ben Sheaf heads it right into the Coventry fans. And oh, look, you can see the Mad Hatters sat at the front. What a surprise. It remains 0-0. But Coventry just letting Preston know that we're still here. It's Reading 1, Crawley 1 in League 1, by the way. Alex says, what's with loading just the far post at corners? We're not very good at set pieces, are we? I mean, we scored a corner at Watford, and I think that's the only one we've scored in a while, isn't it? I know we scored a free kick against Blackburn. That was a really good run from Jake Bidwell, and that was kind of because he came short, wasn't it? So, yeah, maybe need to try a few different strategies. It feels like to me that we don't actually practice set pieces by the looks of it. I'm sure they do. That's just an off comment, but you know what I mean by that. Here come Preston. They're just keeping the ball for now. This is a lot better than last time we came to Preston anyway, isn't it? And do you remember who went to that Coventry versus Preston home game in like March last season? Oh, that was dreadful. We were 3-0 down at half time. We conceded in the first minute. We scored an own goal. It was just horrendous, wasn't it? It was blooming awful. My camera's deciding to be a bit fiddly. Let's just... There we go. Thank you once again for your great support, guys. Let's just do another like spike before we get to half time. Maybe once we've hit 200 likes, we'll get a goal. So please take 2 seconds to hit the like button. Get involved. Takes 2 seconds. Hit that like button. And, of course, make sure you are subscribed. I don't know. What do we need? 42 for the next milestone. So subscribe as well. Here come Preston with a long ball forwards. Jay De Silva heads it back to Dovin. And now Dovin plays it out to De Silva as Coventry look to move down the left-hand side. De Silva's ball forwards is going to be collected by Woodman. And now Preston launch a counter-attack straight away. What a chance this is for PNE. Uh-oh. Oh, free kick to Coventry. Thank God for that. It's a terrible dive. Frosker Jensen, or was it Reece Jacobson? I want to see this back, but he's gone down dramatically in the box. I was a bit worried for a second that the referee might fall for that, but he's given a free kick to Coventry. Let's have a look at this. Oh, that is so bad, and he deserves to be booked for that. Well done, Bobby Thomas. He pulled his leg out the way. Reece Jacobson ran into the leg trying to get contact, but Bobby Thomas pulled his leg back, and it's a deserved yellow card for Emil Reece Jacobson. Plymouth red card, someone's just said. Really? Yes, you're right. Oh, God, this could be terrible for Plymouth. Sissoko has been sent off. Remember, they are already 2-0 down. Cardiff 2, 10-man Plymouth 0. Goodness me. Here come Coventry. It's Ben Sheaf. He goes out to Rodoni. Now back to Sheaf. Now De Silva. Now back to Sheaf. I'll tell you what, I'm really encouraged now. We've been a little bit shaky. I'm not saying this is perfect, but it's good enough for now. I still just think we're not carrying much of a threat, but then again, if we're going to try and keep a clean sheet here, we might have to sacrifice some attacking prowess, I guess. Ford Driven says, why was the hype of Coventry so high for promotion? Was it based on the FA Cup run last season? Yeah, a combination of things. The fact that Coventry have had the last 3 seasons consecutively in the top half of the Championship, sort of become a household name when it comes to Championship promotion now. But Mark Robbins, longest serving manager, continuity of course. Business seemed pretty good. We're bringing in the likes of Radoni, the likes of Mason Clark from Peterborough. And you think to yourselves, if we don't start bad this time, Coventry will have a good season. But let's have a look at a couple more comments. I love Cov City, my fave. I'm watching them right now, says Jane. Good stuff, Jane. Good stuff. It's currently goalless and we're getting closer to half time. It's not exactly a classic, but it is still a massive game in the context of both of our seasons here. And once again, if there are any Preston fans that might be watching, do share your thoughts. Here come Preston North End down the left-hand side. Don't concede now, lads. Get into half-time with the clean sheet. Come on. Here's a chance for Ledson. He opts to go out wide. Here comes a cross. Bobby Thomas flicks it away. I think it's offside against Preston there. It remains goalless. 0-0. Let's have a look at a few more comments. In Robbins we trust, says Simon. Danny says, who's getting relegated? I don't know. It's really hard to tell. I mean, for both the Premier League and Championship. There's 1 or 2 names that you might put forward already, but there's a long way to go, isn't there? GSGN says, do you see any sports other than football that make you think there are no reason why these sports can't have draws? What do you mean by that? Do you mean draws as in an outcome? It's finished as a draw, it finished level? Or do you mean like a draw as in draw to determine who plays each other? What sports are there where you can't have a draw? Maybe some races you can't, unless it's like a complete photo finish or something, but I don't know. Here come Preston. 2 minutes to half time. Can they carve out another chance for themselves? Yeah, well done, Bobby Thomas. He finds Ellis Sims. He finds Bassett. Why is he doing that? Corner to Coventry. Bassett's crazy, isn't he? He's just gone over to the Coventry fans like this. Come on! I love the passion. Let's hope he gets a goal to go with it. So, up comes Bobby Thomas. Come on, lads, get ahead on this. Let's take the lead at Deepdale. Let's do it. Radoni crosses it. Flicked away. It's still alive here. Nice. Josh Eccles, nice. Oh, he's done really well there. Unlucky. It's going to be a throw into Coventry, who are playing some decent stuff. He did really well there, Josh Eccles, with the ball outside the box. He kept the chance alive. And throw in to Coventry now. The throw-in goes in. It's flicked up, and that will be a goal kick to Preston. Great. And Woodman is in no rush to take it. I mean, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think there's going to be any more than 1 added minute here. I think that'll probably be the case, just the 1 minute. Quite a few of the Coventry fans behind that goal appear to be going down for their half-time drinks and toilet breaks and what have you. Woodman takes the goal kick. Yeah, it's just the 1 minute, by the way. 1 added minute. Don't concede now. Be great if we could score now, but here's Ben Sheaf. He hooks the ball forwards. Ellis Sims gives chase. Is there one last chance here for Coventry? Ellis Sims plays it to Sheaf. Sheaf shoots. He hits Ellis Sims and Preston clear. He doesn't seem to have like a real ping on him. Like, do you remember Gustavo Hamer? He had a rocket on him. Like, edge of the box, he would blast it. But Sheaf has a decent strike on him, but he's struggling to get it off the floor a bit today. Right. The half-time whistle is just about to go. It remains 0-0. And there you go. That is half-time at Deepdale. Preston 0, Coventry City 0. Give us your thoughts on that. Let's do a quick half-time analysis. I'm very encouraged by that. I won't go overboard and go too crazy because I know it's only half of the story and we could still lose this game. But I suppose given that we come into this game, at least I do, with low expectations because it's Preston, I'm reasonably happy. I don't think we've necessarily been the better team because Preston have had some good chances, but it did feel like Coventry were getting a real bit of control in that game towards the end. Just didn't really test their keeper much. Dovin has made a big save to keep it at 0-0, and they've also put 1 or 2 shots wide, Preston. But knowing our track record, 0-0 at half-time at Preston is very good. Share your thoughts down below. There's a long way to go yet, but I'm very chuffed so far just with the result. Let's have a look at the halftime scores elsewhere while you get your comments down below. In the Premier League, it's Tottenham 1, West Ham 1. In the Championship, it's Cardiff 2, 10-man Plymouth 0. It's Luton 1, Watford 0. It's Oxford 0, West Brom 1. It's Preston 0, Coventry City 0. In League 1, it's Reading 2, Crawley 1, Wycombe 0, Peterborough 0. And in League 2, it's Accrington 1, Barrow 0. So, let's get your thoughts, guys. Let me just lower the blinds a little bit because the light just makes it... There we go. Doesn't seem to... No, that'll do. How do I look? I look a bit like... Okay, that's not too bad. I get the sun really blasting through that window, so it's just, not great. Right, let's have a look at your comments, guys. What are you guys saying? If you've got any questions or any thoughts, get them down below. Let's have a look. The point system in the top American Ice Hockey League doesn't make sense to me. 2 points for a win, 1 for an overtime loss, 0 for a regulation time loss. There you go. Cheers for the comment, GSGN. Let's have a look at a couple more comments. I worry at 0-0 for Coventry, says Ford Driven, with their track record of conceding late on. It's a very good point. I'm not going to go crazy and say, oh yes, we've been great. We've been okay. If the second half is the same as that and we come away with a 0-0 draw, then I'll be happy. But it's still a bit early to get carried away. I want Robbins to go in there and be like, it's been all right, but don't think you've got yourselves anything from this game yet. This is a 90-minute game. You've got to play well for all of it. So let's see. Let's see. You do wonder, will Preston turn the screw at some point? Aman says, I still back us to beat Cov, but we need to improve. He appears to be a Preston fan. Cheers for joining us, buddy. 0-0 is fair. Dovin finally looks good. If we score, we will win. Preston won't score, says Steve. Let's see. I don't want to get carried away. Andrew says, look at Bolton. They have a good win, then fall apart against bottom teams. What else have we got? They stopped draws because there was a riot when Bart and Lisa drew their match, says Ego Chip. What's that about? I don't know what that's about. It sounds like a Simpsons reference. Without Osmajic, Preston doesn't bite. Very clever, very clever. Keep your comments coming. A clean sheet at half-time is the best you could have hoped for, says Ego Chip. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I don't know if it's the best. Like, let's not belittle Coventry too much, I guess. The best we could have hoped for is to be winning. But yeah, I get your point. It's not too bad. Let's see though. Let's see. Let's see if we can get a draw over the line, or even better, can we win this game? Keep your comments coming. Any questions, get them in. Guys, we're closing in on 200 likes as well, so take 2 seconds to hit the like button. Keep your comments coming and all of that good stuff. Right. Any questions, get them down below. Please make sure you're liking and commenting. Let's have a look before I just do something quickly. Since when do the UK get sun, says Mike. Yeah, well, it's a rare thing, I know, but we are getting some sun today, and it's trying to get in when I least want it. We want sun most of the time here, but today I don't. Or at least I want better blinds, because it's kind of like, makes the lighting look a little bit strange. As long as it looks all right to you guys, that's all right. I don't know how Reese hasn't scored. Probably the best I've seen you guys play at Deepdale. Yeah, that's saying something, isn't it? 0-0. I still feel confident that a KG 1-0 to Coventry is going to come, says Simon. Danny says final prediction. I don't want to do this, but I will just stick with the 1-0 Preston because it could happen. I don't want to change my mind because it'd be easy to say, oh no, we're going to get something now. I'll stick with the 1-0 and I'll be pleasantly surprised if we get something. Let's say that. I thought you would have been at the game today following Coventry, says Shawways. No, Saturdays are becoming a little bit tricky for me now because I'm really enjoying playing football now on a Saturday morning for a team. So I'm going to try and do as many away games as I can. But yeah, I didn't make it today. But of course, for the games we don't go to, I'm always here to stream. Let's have a little look at what some people are saying. Right. Let's have a look at some more comments, guys. I'm just going to run and grab a drink at half time in a second, because someone did say about having a beer, so I will have to treat myself. Clough impresses me, Mansfield manager, says Andrew. Yeah, if he's anything like his dad. How do you think Sunderland will get on tomorrow, says Danny. I think I've gone for a draw. I think I went for a draw. Mikel says Coventry is not good right now. No, we're not losing though, so we're not bad. Good amount of Coventry fans at Deepdale. Someone's just said, are you going to the QPR game Tuesday, says Super Hoops. I don't think I am because that is my mum's birthday. So I'm going to be going for a meal and then I'm going to be racing back to do the stream, unfortunately. Right, okay, any comments or questions, quickly get them down below, and we're about 5 likes away from 200, so if by the time I come back from grabbing a beer, we've hit 200 likes, that would be amazing. Keep your comments coming, feel free to do full-time predictions. How do you think this game is going to finish? Get your comments in, I will be back in 30 seconds. I'm just running to grab a drink, so keep your comments coming, I'll be back very soon. Right, I'm back. Let's have a look at your full-time predictions, guys. What do you guys reckon the full-time score will be? Get your comments down below. Apologies that I was gone for 30 seconds. Let's move the camera across. There we go. What are people saying? 1-0 Cov, says Nino. Drew says Matt Messi. I thought you said Preston were your bogey team. Well, yeah, we're not winning. Someone's saying that as if we're winning. We're drawing. Full-time predictions 1-1, says Danny. I'll stick with it. GSGN says he'll stick with 2-1. I'm a big Coventry fan from Sweden, says Mikael. Good to see you. Gemma reckons it'll finish 0-0. What do you think about Tuchel as the England manager? Simon's asked. I think it's worth a go. I see a few people are like, oh, it's got to be an English gaffer. But I tell you what, there isn't a lot of choice. And I think people are going to moan either way. And I'm not one to moan for the sake of it, because people didn't like Southgate originally because he was a yes man. But he took us quite far. I know we didn't win anything, and I suppose he's had his chance now, so let's give it to someone else. Personally, if it was going to be an English manager, I think Eddie Howe would have been a good fit, but he apparently wasn't approached. And Tuchel is a winner. We want a proven winner. He won the Champions League with Chelsea, of course, and if he could win us a Euros or a World Cup, then great. I know he's German, okay? Some people might not like that, but if it works, it works. So it's worth a go. Nothing else is working, so it's worth a go. Right, let's play a quick little game of Guess the Beer. What do people reckon I'm having today? I'm not going to give any clues away. Let's see who can get it. Well, is it a random beer? Let's see what you guys come up with. Guess the beer. Which beer do you reckon I've got today, guys? Let us know down below. By the way, we are 1 like away from 200, so just before the second half starts, please make sure you've dropped a like and we'll hit 200. Your support is amazing. The second half is about 2-3 minutes away. Let's play Guess the Beer. What do people reckon it is? What do people reckon the beer is today? Stella. No. A few people are guessing Stella. Peroni. Carling. No. Carlsberg. No. No, it's not a cider. Stella. Loads of people are guessing Stella. It's not a Stella. Let's have a look at what Chris is saying, by the way. I don't get this argument. It's not like he's the first foreign coach to coach England. Yeah, I agree, Chris. We've had Ericsson and Capello. You know, Capello came from Italy, and Italy have a reputation for being winners. Nino is the winner. Nino is the winner. It's Bud. But yeah, I think some people are really against it because he's German. And it's like, oh, we can't have a German. We can't have a German. But let's just see. If he wins, then that will shut up those people, won't it? It will shut down that argument. If we don't go on to win anything, then people will be like, see, I was right. But look, we've not won anything since 1966 anyway. So I think it's worth trying anyway. Yeah, it's Bud, by the way. Let's have a look at what you guys have suggested, though. Madri is one I like. I mean, just going off topic from Coventry for a second, but what is everyone's favourite beer? I know not everyone is going to drink beer, but for those of you guys that do, what do people like? I like a Madri, I like a Cobra, I like a Budweiser, I like a... Well, what's that Jamaican one that I sometimes have? Red Stripe, that's good. Is it Mao or Mahoo or something? The one they've got at the CBS now. Sophie likes that. Anyway, we'll stop talking beers and we'll start talking football in a second because the players are going to be back out any second. So don't go anywhere. 1 minute until the game kicks off. Simon likes Madri. Stella, Black Sheep. I'm more of a cider person, says Rover Animates. Bud. There we go. Now all teams in the Championship have a defeat, says Sar. Yeah, that's true. Sheffield United last night, they were the final team in the Championship to taste defeat this season. Thank you for the support, guys. We've hit 200 likes. That is amazing. Nino says, yeah, my luck is in. It's going to be 1-0 to Coventry now. You got your first prediction right. Let's see if you get your second one right now. It could still happen. It's currently 0-0. Let's just let you guys know. So in the second half now, Coventry are attacking towards the Preston fans, and Preston are attacking towards the Coventry fans. I don't know. I prefer that the other way around in the second half. You kind of pull your team forward to try and get a late goal, but there you go. Cruz Campo, says Chris. That's not bad. Richard says, why not German? We have a royal family. Yeah. Well, are you trying to say the royal family's got German connections? Is it the Hanoverians? Should we have a history lesson? Right, here come the players. So I'm going to have to sync the clock back up in a minute, but the game is kicking off in a couple of seconds. But where did I pause the clock at? 46. So I'll let you know where we are. But the ball is rolling now. So the second half is back underway. I will put the clock back up in 1 minute once it's synced up. And we're back underway. Preston 0, Coventry 0, of course. Was there any changes at half time? I don't think there was. And in terms of yellow cards, it was Ledson and Reece Jacobson who got yellows for Preston. Yeah, Simon makes a good point, by the way. He says the England women's manager is Dutch and they've won the Euros. Yeah. Ford Driven says any changes? No. There wasn't any subs, which is fair enough because we played all right. Like I say, we will sync the clock back up in a second as we come up to 46 minutes played. Preston with possession inside their own half. And it does feel like there is over 3,000 Coventry fans up at Preston today. There's a really big following. It's great to see. And remember, guys, Coventry have been rubbish so far this season. We really have been. We've been left frustrated and disappointed by so many games. So, credit to those fans for going up there, as I say, with hope rather than expectation. And let's hope they're rewarded. Preston with possession here. How many clean sheets have we had this season, by the way? I think it's just the one, isn't it? Oh, God, I forgot to do the clock. We're about 5 seconds behind on that. Oh, well. It's pretty accurate. We're currently on 46.57, so we're a few seconds out. Coventry City with possession again inside our own half. It looks like all of the half-12 games are back underway for the second halves now. Oh my gosh. What a cheap chance that was to give away. Coventry survive. Let's have a look at a few more comments. Did you know that Plymouth has a red card, says Wallace and Gromit fan? Yes. Sissoko, wasn't it? Coventry lose possession now. Let's have a look. The problem is only a couple of countries take women's football serious, says RG. Here's another one though. If it was Jurgen Klopp, would more people be excited? Because, I like Tuchel, but if it was Jurgen Klopp, I probably would be a bit more excited. But for anyone that doesn't like Tuchel but would like Jurgen Klopp, well, Jurgen Klopp's still German. So, Coventry City have won a free kick here. Bassett's done really well there and he's drawn a foul. Can Coventry take the lead here with a free kick out wide? Hopefully. It's a decent little position this for a free kick to come in. Come on, lads. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Rodoni puts the free kick in and the keeper punches it away. For a corner though, I'll take that. Corner for Coventry. Feels like these set pieces take bloody ages to come in. I don't know what to say to you guys. I'm just sort of waiting for the set piece awkwardly. So, Coventry corner now. Corner goes in. Keeper punches it, and they clear their lines. George has just texted me saying we're going to win this. We'll see. Goal kick to Preston. It remains 0-0. Any goals elsewhere? Yes, a goal at Kenilworth Road. Luton 2, Watford 0. It looks as if Luton are going to get a big win there in the M1 Rob Edwards derby. Luton 2, Watford 0. Let's have a look at your comments, guys. I presume a few of you have mentioned that. Yeah, Wallace and Gromit fan said 2-0. Tuchel is a fantastic cup manager and international football is all cups. Yeah, you're right. You're right. We need a winner, don't we? We need a winner. Why are people saying truth or dare? Why are people saying that? What's that? What are you on about? Let's have a look at a few more comments. People are only questioning Tuchel. People are only questioning Tuchel is the ingrained German villainy. It's ridiculous as we never had this when Capello took charge. Capello didn't really work, did it? I remember that 2010 World Cup. We were really bad, actually, weren't we? Sven-Goran Eriksson. We kept getting to the quarterfinals. Kept sort of losing on penalties to Portugal and Scolari, didn't we? I just think it's just worth trying something different. Like, I don't know. People just love to make noise over anything, don't they? I think if Carsley was appointed, people would have hated that. And there would have been people that probably would have been against Eddie Howe getting it as well because he's not actually won anything. So, you know what I mean? How many English managers are there in the Premier League, by the way? There's only about 3 or 4. The referee stopped the game for a second as Preston have a player down. It remains 0-0. A goal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's Basuma who makes it 2-1 to Spurs. They've turned it around against West Ham, and that game is delicately poised for our predictions because... oh, look, there's a goal for Cardiff, by the way. Cardiff have just gone 3-0 up. So let's just mention that. Cardiff 3, 10-man Plymouth 0. It's turning out to be a rotten afternoon for those Plymouth fans. I think over 3,000 have gone. But that Tottenham-West Ham game, I predicted 3-1 to Tottenham and Sophie predicted 2-2. So whoever scores next will determine how that plays out, I guess, for the predictions. Still goalless here, guys. Don't go anywhere. There's a big point or 3 on the line here, potentially. And Coventry are in the game, which is nice. Chris says, I don't even think it's 3 or 4, is it? Let's have a think about English managers in the Premier League. Sean Dyche, Eddie Howe, Russell Martin. Is Russell Martin? Is he Scottish, actually? Where's Russell Martin from? No, he's English, isn't he? Yeah, he's from Brighton. I think that's it. I think it's 3. 3 managers? Why is the ref... George says, why is the ref stopping play for their player? He literally fouled Sheaf and then fell to the floor. Oh, no! I nearly missed that chance. Oh, but it goes wide anyway. Big chance there for Bassett. He's got to start scoring. I quite like what he's about, but people are, going crazy because he scored a load of goals against Birmingham's kids the other day, and he's unlucky there. He's good positioning, but he's got to do a bit better, I think. Get it on target, but big chance for Coventry goes wide. Bassett slashing that wide. Sorry, just catching up on the comments there. We had a donation. Thank you, Kieran. Thank you so much. He says, I'm currently at Portman Road for the game. Good luck. It's a big, big game, isn't it? A big, big game between Ipswich and Everton. Good luck, mate. By the way, my prediction is currently coming true at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tottenham 3, West Ham 1, but there's still a long way to go. Tottenham 3, West Ham 1. George was saying in the live chat he's not keen on the referee. He's also just said Bassett is quality. Everyone's saying 3-1 to Tottenham now. Yeah. Yeah, and people talking about English managers. Oh, Gary O'Neill. He's English, right? Yeah, Gary O'Neill. But people forget that some are British and not English. So Cooper's Welsh. McKenna's Northern Irish, isn't he? I think. There's another Northern Irish one, isn't there? Who am I thinking of? I can't remember. Anyway, 35 to go. It's still Preston 0, Coventry 0. And I'm really trying to be careful not to say it, but there is a chance Coventry could snatch this today. I would still be very happy with a draw, but I don't know. It's definitely not. It's not beyond us. But I've got to be careful saying that because Preston could suddenly go and get a goal. But as things stand, Coventry are playing pretty well. Here's Van Evak. Goes home to Bobby Thomas. He goes back to Dovin. Yeah, Coventry are seeing quite a bit of the ball at the minute. There's only 34 minutes to go. Guys, let's just do another little like spike. Please hit the like button. It takes 2 seconds. Your support is always massively appreciated. Make sure as well you are subscribed. Let's try and push for 32 more people to get involved by the end of today. Or 33, sorry. Subscribe over there. It takes 2 seconds. Like as well. And how are you guys feeling? How is this one going to finish? Cov playing like the home side. Preston aren't the same without Alan Brown, says George. Yeah, and they're missing Osmajic as well. But I suppose you've probably been watching the whole game, George. Preston did have some good chances in the first half. They did miss 1 or 2 good chances. And yeah, it makes me a little bit nervous. Here come Coventry though. Bassett. He doesn't get onto it. I think the pass from Ben Sheaf was a bit heavy. Oh, ref. Gives Preston a free kick in the middle of the pitch. 33 minutes to go. Still goalless. Coventry City win the ball, and can we smell blood? Here comes Jay Da Silva. Jay Da Silva. Oh, he's doing really well there. He wins the corner for Coventry, and it's not beyond Coventry to win this. Certainly isn't. Looks like Preston are about to make a substitution. Any more changes in the scorelines? It's still Tottenham 3-1, Cardiff 3-0, Luton 2-0 and West Brom 1-0. And here it is still goalless. It'll come, believe. Let's have a look. Cov are going to win this 2-0, says George. Coventry corner comes in. Preston North End clear their lines. Josh Eccles does really well in the challenge there. And it does feel, the more this game has gone on, that Coventry have established control. We're a bit rocky at times, but here we come. Ben Sheaf, he plays it to Josh Eccles. Eccles back to Ben Sheaf. Down the right-hand side. He's just inside the box. He's got the overlap coming, but he goes... Oh, Ben Sheaf gives the ball away. And here come Preston, and this is where Coventry could be made to pay. It's 2-on-2. It's a real chance. He puts the cross in. Oh my gosh. Jeez, it goes past everyone. You sense that there could be a winner in this game for someone. Right, another goal in the Premier League. Tottenham 4, West Ham 1. Goodness me. Goodness me. Tottenham have really turned that around. Tottenham 4, West Ham 1. Son Heung-min. Wow. One stat cited on BBC CWR was that from Was that from Cov? Cov have some of the most shots in the league. Oh, there you go. Cheers, Alex. Sorry, I was struggling to read for a second there. That's my fault. Yeah, I think Coventry's underlying numbers are not that bad, but it doesn't make you feel any better, does it? It makes you think, we should be doing better, but we're still not. But if we're patient, hopefully things turn around. I think today has definitely been a step in the right direction so far, but there's half an hour here, and this is the test of character. Can Coventry put a good 90 minutes together? If we can have a strong final 30 here, we'll definitely come away with something. Milan Van Evak goes back to Dovin. It'd be great for Dovin to get his first clean sheet of the season. He smashes the ball long. And Preston come forward. It's Reece Jacobson. He cuts inside. He shoots. It's a good block from Bobby Thomas. And it's going to be a corner to Preston. Let's have a look at a few more comments. Matt says 1-0 win. I'll be happy with. The McChronicle says Spurs take off Maddison at half time and now they're 4-1 up. Lol. Maddison's the problem. The Coventry badge is epic, says Double A. Yeah, it's not bad, is it? Not a bad little badge. How are we looking, by the way? Are we still looking and sounding good? Thank you guys, by the way. Your support is always amazing. I'm really enjoying this stream. Let's hope it doesn't take a sharp downturn here with this Preston corner, which is played short. Here we go. Cross comes in. It's poked away. Oh, God. Coventry clear it. And Preston go back to the goalkeeper. Good press. Come on, Cov. Keep pressing. Come on. That's better. Yeah, there you go. Preston give the ball back to Coventry. It's good work off the ball, that, from Coventry City. Really good. Come on, Cov, says Graham. There is plenty of time yet, guys. Maybe this year you will do a Forest. They've set the precedent. That's the only way Coventry City seem to want to get promoted, by starting slowly and going on to doing it that way. But yeah, we'll see. The Hammers are getting hammered. They are. Meanwhile, here come Coventry City. Ooh. Okay. Still a chance. Jada Silva, you're getting harried here. Let's not forget, fly me. Jada Silva stood no chance against him in terms of strength. He's like a 6'4" centre back against Jada Silva, who's about 4'4". Throw in to Preston. 27 minutes to go. Do not go anywhere, guys. Coventry are going to make some changes. Let's hope, let's really hope that these don't come back to bite us. Brandon Thomas Asante and Hadji Wright come onto the pitch. Wycombe 1, Peterborough 1 in League 1, by the way. Any changes elsewhere? No. This game still sort of on a knife edge. Oh, go on, chase that. This is the first time in a long time I've watched Coventry at Preston and we don't just look second best to everything. I'm not saying we're dominating, it's still level, but this is definitely a pleasant surprise that Coventry are in the game, and it does feel like we've got a bit more control, like we're seeing a bit more of the ball. Here comes Josh Eccles. Oh, he's really unlucky there. Really unlucky, Josh Eccles. Ben Sheaf, he gets away with that. Or did that come off him? No, it's going to be a throw into Preston. Yeah. Camera pans in on Mark Robbins, who's still very vacant in his expressions. We need to bring Tats on, says Matt. Should Robbins gamble and go for the win and risk the loss, says Ford Driven. I don't know. I wouldn't go like totally crazy and start chucking the defenders forwards. It's not like do or die. If we don't win this, the season's over. But we could win this. But this is why we've got to be careful, because Preston have just come forwards and they've just won a free kick here in a decent position. It's poor from Van Evac to give that away. And how far is this? What are we saying? That's about 30 yards. Preston have a free kick about 30 yards out here. Matt says, come on, Cov. Let's squeak a 1-0. It would do so much for the confidence. I hope so, Midsummer. 1-0 is good for me. A lot of people in here, guys. There's 200 of you. Please keep your comments coming. Do one last push. Try and hit 300 likes by the end of today. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Keep your comments coming. You guys have been amazing today. Let's just see what happens here with this Preston free kick. It's hit the wall. Hey! But they still have the ball. Let's just deal with the second ball here. Cross comes in. Yes, well done, Thomas Asante. Great defensive header. And Coventry win a free kick now as well. Yep, I mean, don't get me wrong. First half, Preston had me worried. And they had Dovin making 1 or 2 good stops. But he's been fairly quiet so far in the second half, Dovin. I think the frustration is, though, their keeper's been fairly quiet as well. We've not tested him much. Ah, Coventry, man. Poor pass. It goes out for a Preston throw-in. Come on, lads. There we go. That'll be a Preston... a Coventry throw-in now. Preston 0, Coventry 0, it remains. It looks like Preston are about to make a substitution. Is that Holmes that they're going to try and bring on? Dwayne Holmes? Holmes under the hammer? Preston still with possession. Wycombe have turned it around against Peterborough, by the way. Wycombe 2, Peterborough 1. And it's Reading 3, Crawley 1 in League 1. I think Benjamin Bloom predicted 3-1. I hope that doesn't stay like that now. Coventry get a corner. Thomas Asante wins a corner for the Sky Blues. And we're halfway through the second half now. This is it, the final quarter of the game. Thomas Asante went down the right-hand side there. And he wins the corner. But on a closer inspection of that, I don't know if it should have actually been a goal kick. Did it ricochet back off him again? Anyway, here comes Dwayne Holmes for Preston. Thordarson goes off. And the Coventry corner is just about to come in. Let's just remind you guys of the scorelines. Tottenham 4, West Ham 1. Cardiff 3, Plymouth 0. Luton 2, Watford 0. Oxford 0. West Brom 1. Oh, it wasn't a corner, my mistake. It looked like the referee gave a corner. He gave a goal kick in the end, there you go. So Preston come out from the back with this goal kick and Josh Eccles puts in a good challenge there and it goes out for a Preston throw-in. He's grown on me, I've got to admit it. He has been so much better recently, Josh Eccles. We've got to keep battling. This is really important now. 21 minutes to go. All of our hard work will just go to nothing if we just drop our heads or make any silly mistakes now. We've got to keep this up. Coventry get a free kick here for a foul on Bobby Thomas. Louis Binks smashes it over the top. Hadji Wright gives chase, but it goes back to the goalkeeper. Someone said, how do you watch from Bangladesh? I don't know. I don't know if they've got iFollow in Bangladesh, mate. Or Sky Sports red button. How's Rudy doing, says Robert. He's doing all right. Who's top of Coventry's players today on SofaScore? Josh Eccles is coming out with the highest match rating, which I think's right. He's playing all right. Radoni is coming out with a 6.8. He's been okay. I don't think he's been too bad. He's been all right. We need a magic moment to win this game, guys. I think what I'm watching here is making me think. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with a 0-0 draw, but I could see that now possibly being the case. There's nothing wrong with a draw, but if it finishes 0-0, that's not a disaster. I just think, although Coventry have looked all right, there's something missing. It just feels like that final ball. We're not quite creating the dangerous chances. We're looking all right, but we're not quite carving out a golden chance, and that's what we need. We need a real golden chance to win this. We've got some defending to do first, though, as Bobby Thomas has cleared the ball out for a Preston corner. 19 minutes to go. Preston corner to come in here. The ball goes in. Uh-oh, it's collected. And they've scored. Preston have scored. "72 minutes on the clock." I just it's so poor. No one's following him. It's a good header by Jacobson, by the way. But that man at the back post, who's that? Brady? How are you not following him? Seriously, criminal defending. Good header by Reece Jacobson. Basically, the corner comes in, and this is something you know from child football. Mark your man. And somehow, I think it's Brady, goes unmarked at the back post. He puts the ball across again, and Reece Jacobson just heads it in. It's so amateur from Coventry. This is why I don't get carried away and give us too many compliments, because we are so naive. We are so naive. We have played fairly well today, I'll give us credit, but we now have to do something special to get back into this, because there's only 17 minutes left. Here comes Van Evac. It comes to Ben Sheaf. Sheaf shoots, it goes over. Goal kick to Preston. Southgate should have stayed as England manager, says Andrew. Let's have a look at some good comments here. We can win this 2-1, says George. George, mate, it's Preston. This is why I said 1-0 Preston. This is why I said it. Don't get me wrong, we've played well, but we're too predictable. We are too predictable. We are not as good as people think. Cross comes in. This could be 2-0. Oh, jeez, it's a corner to Preston. Jeez. I don't think Dovin could have done much about that. It's just poor defending. How can you fall asleep at that corner, by the way? This makes me nervous for this corner now, because it was the last corner for Preston which we conceded. And now they've got another one. We've been the better side, says George. The thing that frustrates me, George, is I've been complimenting... I don't know. We've had decent control of the ball, but let's be honest. Can anyone name a good chance we've had today, or 2 good chances we've had today. That's what's puzzled me, because I did say that before Preston scored. We've played all right, but we haven't actually created a lot. Here come Preston. Coventry come away with the ball. Come on, lads, please. Take a 1-1. I will take a 1-1 draw. Get out of here with a 1-1 draw. 15 minutes to go. Come on. Please. Jeez. Preston with possession. They go back to the goalkeeper. Any changes to the scores? Nope. Still 1-0 to West Brom. 1-0 to Preston, of course. 2-0 Luton, 3-0 Cardiff, and 4-1 to Tottenham. Just so disheartening, says Beardy Man Reviews. Yeah, it is. It's really like sort of like soul destroying, isn't it? Here comes Haji Wright. He falls over. It goes out. Is that going to be a corner to Coventry? What is that? Is it a free kick? Yeah, I'll take that. Free kick to Coventry. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think that is a foul, to be fair. Haji Wright got kicked there, so... Free kick to Coventry. Radoni's going to take. It's kind of where... It's like over by the corner flag, so it's going to be a bit like a corner, this. Come on, lads, please, please, just don't do this. Just, I mean, score, but I mean, don't lose is what I'm trying to say. Come on, Radoni hangs it up. Oh, jeez. Preston come away with the ball. Oh, now it's a Preston free kick. So predictable. Oh my God, here come Preston. This could be 2-0. It's a corner for Preston. I hate playing Preston. Why are we so predictable? Why are we so fragile? We've got the confidence of a 4-year-old boy. We are so fragile. Come on, lads, clear this corner. We've got to try and cause them some problems, not the other way round. Preston corner comes in. Oh my God, it's just about not gone in. It's still in the box. It's still alive. Oh jeez, deal with it. Oh God, how's he got so much space? Cross comes in. Oh gosh. Preston are pushing for a second. Coventry on the ropes here. Cross comes in. It's still alive. Oh, it's pinball and it's an offside. Coventry get away with it. It's a free kick to the Sky Blues inside our own box. Jeez. Confirmation that there has been another goal in South Wales. Cardiff 4, Plymouth 0. Wickham are beating Peterborough 3-1. And Reading are beating Crawley 4-1. Let's have a look at some comments. Tatsahiro and Torp are coming on, says Dave. Yep, I can see them literally both just come on now. Come on. Torp and Sakamoto have both just come on. Can they make a difference for the Sky Blues? We've got to bloody hope they do. Do you know what? Do you know, as soon as it went wrong, it was on about 70 minutes when I looked at things and I dared to dream that we could snatch this. I should have just said, I'm happy with 0-0. But look at us now, we're losing again. And there's only 10 minutes to go. Coventry are really looking at possibly sliding into the bottom 3. And that is starting to become a new low. I think some people forget, by the way, you know, 2 years ago when we started slow and we still made the playoffs, the slow start was only for about 7 or 8 games. we suddenly started winning after 8 games. We're now 10 games into this season, and we're looking rubbish. So we're going to have to do something incredible to turn this into a real success story, aren't we? Let's just keep the faith. 10 minutes to go. The ball goes back to Dovin. So Coventry City have possession. Like I say, the biggest frustration is I think we've played okay. If it had finished 0-0, that'd have been all right. But we now have to score because they've obviously gone 1-0 up. And Coventry just haven't carried that much of a threat today. That's the disappointing thing. We've been all right until that final ball, and we haven't made their keeper make any saves or anything. Still lacking that steel in midfield. Sheaf shouldn't be lumbered with the dirty stuff, says Gusto. Here comes Sakamoto. He puts a cross in and it doesn't beat the first man, so Preston clear it. Sakamoto will save the day, says Marcus. We'll see. Not based on what he just did there. He gave the ball away. We're missing Bidwell today, says George. Do you reckon? Some people are saying Bidwell's not been good this season. I suppose that it could be worse though, couldn't it? We could be Plymouth, who are now 5-0 down to Cardiff. Look at that, 5-0. I know they're down to 10 men, but come on Plymouth, what the heck are you doing? Even Cardiff are playing better football than us, and they started the day bottom. Here it comes for Josh Eccles, and Josh Eccles just doesn't know how to shoot, does he? He's really good all round, but that's one thing he doesn't have. I think he's only scored like 2 goals for us, and they've both been like deflections. That wasn't even going in. But thankfully, a defender jumped in front of that, and we've now got a corner. Corner to Coventry. Just please get a draw. Get a 1-1 draw. I'll be happy with that. Come on. Victor Torp crosses it. He's gone past everyone. Josh Eccles keeps it alive. He gives it to De Silva. De Silva crosses it. Bobby Thomas wins a header. And come on. Yes! Oh no! It's offside. What? We scored, but it's not going to be given. Oh. Hadji Wright puts it in the top corner, but the referee is saying there was... What, an offside? It's a really good finish from Hadji Wright, to be fair. What's wrong with that? Is it offside? What actually happened? Is it handball against Hadji Wright? What's actually the problem? What's the problem with that? I've got the volume turned down, so what's the problem with that? It wasn't offside. What's actually the problem? Why has that been cancelled? Handball. It didn't look like it. I maybe just didn't see a good enough angle, but that didn't look like it to me. Yeah, do you know what as well? What was BS was I was looking at the ref there. If he's saying it's a handball, then why is it? It hit Hadji. I don't know where it hit Hadji, like on his chest or wherever. The referee was like, carry on. Puts it in the top corner, and then he was like, no, actually, handball. You can't just carry on and then say it was a handball after it's gone in the back of the net. We always get screwed over by refs. We're running out of time. It's just another frustrating one. I don't give up with Coventry because people will jump on that and say, oh, you've given up. But it's just so frustrating. Here come Coventry with Hadji Wright. So for those of you guys that were wondering what happened there, Hadji Wright scored, put it in the top corner actually, but apparently he handballed it in the build-up to it. Anyway, Coventry City get a free kick here, which Josh Eccles is about to take. He goes to Sakamoto. Sakamoto gives it to Josh Eccles. Eccles crosses. It's brought down by De Silva, who has the touch of a trampoline, and he loses it. Preston clear it. It's still alive here. Cross comes in from Ben Sheaf, and that goes out for a goal kick. This is just depressing now. I'm really sick and tired of it. 10 games. We've got 8 points. We've got 8 points from 10 games. Jeez. Simon says robbed again. Look, I tell you what. I'm annoyed at Coventry, but there is a good argument that this should be 1-1. Based on that goal for Haji Wright. I haven't seen it back thoroughly, but it didn't look like a handball to me, and it looked as if the referee decided to just blow his whistle after the ball went in the net. So why was the delayed reaction for? Preston are taking their time with this free kick now, and it just feels like they're going to get the job done. 5 minutes to go. It's just getting frustrating here for Coventry. So sick of this. We are blooming dreadful sometimes. And we just seem like really easy to beat, don't we? Like, if any team's thinking, oh, we've got Coventry next, should beat them, do you know what I mean? 4 minutes left, slipping away from us. Thank you guys once again for your great support. 270 of you guys in here. Let's try and push towards 300 likes by the end of today. Just take 2 seconds to like. Thank you once again. If you've already liked, you're a legend, but if you haven't, get involved. There is about 300 people in here. And let's just do a big like spike. If there's anyone that's not subscribed as well, help us push to 79k. Please make sure you're subscribing for more football content. Get involved. Takes 2 seconds. But there's only 3 minutes left, and it's still Preston 1, Coventry 0. The game is far from over. It's not a 3-0, it's not a 4-0. There could still be a dramatic late twist or turn in this one. But is there going to be? Come on. Josh Eccles with possession here for Coventry. We've got less than 3 minutes now. Here comes Sakamoto. He wins a corner for Cov. I'll take that. Corner for Coventry. Let's have a look at the other scores. It's still Tottenham 4, West Ham 1. It's Cardiff 5, 10-man Plymouth 0. Luton 2, Watford 0. Oxford 0, West Brom 1. And Preston 1, Coventry 0. Corner for the Sky Blues goes in, and it's Haji Wright puts it over. Still 1-0 to Preston. I don't know why I bother, man. It just, do you know what the biggest frustration is? It feels like I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do, because I know there is a contingent of the Coventry fan base that might think Robbins should go, or maybe he's under pressure and stuff. But for some of us, I'd say for most of us, we're not at that point, but we're still angry, and we're just looking like, who do we blame? I mean, I do think the referee could have cost us a point here. I want to see that goal that was disallowed for Coventry back. But I also think the players, how are they not carrying enough of a threat? And although I thought for a while we were playing quite well, why are we so naive and we always concede? We just can't keep clean sheets, man. Preston get a free kick down the left-hand side, and this is slipping away from Coventry. It's just frustrating. It's embarrassing. It's just annoying. I just give up. I swear. Oh, I can hear my son out there. What's he doing? What's going on? Are you coming to say hello quickly? Yeah. Come on then. Oh. You come to watch Coventry lose. This is Theo, guys. If any of you have watched the channel before. You will remember him when he was a bit smaller. You're a big boy now, aren't you? Look up there. Say hello to everyone. Coventry are losing.
You say hi.
We're losing.
Oh no.
Makes a change, doesn't it? The ball goes out for a Preston corner. Right, I will see you when the stream is finished, all right? Say hello to everyone. Say hi. Theo, say hi. He's in his own world. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Preston corner to come in. There you go. We've had a guest come in today. How much stoppage time is there? 4 minutes. We're not going to win. Might get a draw if we're lucky. 4 minutes added. Preston corner goes in. Dovin gets a punch on it. Shot comes in. It's headed away for a corner to Preston. What's going to be the excuse this time? The thing is, you start running out of excuses. What is the excuse? You can't say that the players are tired, because they're always tired. And we've just had an international break, and it's just like, what? Why can't they play together? What is going on? Preston corner goes out for a Coventry goal kick. There's 3 minutes left. Remember, there was 4 minutes added on. We've played one, and Coventry have a goal kick. West Ham red card for Kudus, who actually scored for them as well. This is slipping away from Coventry, unfortunately. It'd be nice if we could get a late goal to make up for the fact that we conceded a late one against Sheffield Wednesday. That would feel like justice, wouldn't it? If we can snatch an equaliser, that would feel like justice. Here come Coventry. 4 minutes were added. We've played 2 of them. Here comes Josh Eccles. Sakamoto. Can he beat his man? No. Goes back to Josh Eccles. Can he beat his man? Sakamoto. He puts a cross in. Oh, what a save! Oh, that's a really good save from their keeper. That's a great chance, to be fair, for Coventry. Bobby Thomas got his head on it and their keeper's pushed it out. It's a corner for Coventry. This might just be it then. A corner for Coventry to snatch a draw. This has to go in now, surely. It was a good save from their keeper, to be fair to him. Oh, this has to go in. Corner. Floated. It's deep. Bobby Thomas. What? What happened there? Is it a goal kick? Did the ball curl out before it came in? This is so amateur. I don't know why I bother, man. If you can't do the basics, then what's the point? They can't kick a ball. They can't even kick it. Oh my God. That infuriates me. We had a corner in the final minute and it's gone out for a goal kick before it even came back in. How can you not take a bloody corner? 30 seconds left. This is it. Can Coventry snatch it, or are we looking at another embarrassing, tragic defeat? It's just... The result in isolation might not sound that bad, but it's just the frustration now that everything is going wrong. Here comes Sakamoto. Seconds to go. He puts the cross in. It curls out for a goal kick, and that just kind of sums it up. Absolutely crap. Bloody hopeless. Bloody hopeless. So naive, honestly. We are probably the most spineless team in the league right now. And I feel for Mark Robins. The camera pans in on him. I understand some people will blame him. I think he's got to take some responsibility, but I just... The keeper smashes the goal kick up the pitch, and the referee brings this to an end. Absolutely embarrassing, pathetic, spineless. Sort it out. pull your finger out. Embarrassing. Again, so naive. Honestly, the mentality of Theo. He has a stronger mentality and confidence than them. My 18-month-old son who just came in here can play better football than that. It's genuinely like, I don't know why I bother. Get your thoughts in down below, guys. As you can tell, I'm not taking this defeat too well, but it's because everything is now piling on top of each other. I'm just so bored of it. So sick of it. What did I predict, by the way? 1-0 Preston. Was I wrong? I wanted to win. Of course I did. I didn't want this to come true, but it's so predictable now. So predictable. No, if I was a Coventry fan, I would not stop and clap those players. I would get in my car and start driving home. What are you clapping them for? Each to their own. You're entitled to do that. Sorry, I just get frustrated. If you want to stop and clap the players, that's fine. That's up to you. But I wouldn't personally. I just think like it's so painful now. It's just like they're leading the fans down a path here. They're put all over social media. Look, we can beat Birmingham's kids 8-0. Look at us. Look at us. This is a picture of us training. We're working hard. We're working on the next game. It doesn't look like it. I give up. Let's have a look at what you guys have to say. I'm so sick of this. So sick of this. GTN says Robbins is gone. No, he's not gone. Let's have a look at the stats, guys, because here we go. Possession, it doesn't matter massively. Preston had slightly more. Shots, 17 to 12. One shot on target. Get in the bin if you think Coventry have played well today. We played okay at a push. Oh dear. It's getting nasty here. Robbins has just gone over to the fans. And he's... Oh, this is not... I've not seen this happen before. Oh dear. Oh dear, I've not seen it quite like that before. Oh wow. Wow. Is anyone watching this live? I've not seen that happen before. Never. It has just got a bit toxic between the fans and Robbins there for the first time in a long time. He's just gone over to them and he was like... And they were like, well, do something, do something. That's not all of the Coventry fans. I'm not vouching for all of them. But there was certainly a few that were going pretty hard on him. And he was giving them some back. Oh, dear. Did anyone see that happen? Have another beer, mate. Next game is is just that, says Richard. Cheers, mate. Yeah, cheers, Richard. Do you know what, guys? We could go live on the second channel in a bit. Let me put the link in the description, guys, because I'm going to possibly go live on the second channel, and that is where we can talk some more Coventry City. Guys, it does seem to have ended rather ugly here. Let's put the link in the description. Please, guys, please subscribe to the second channel. It's so close to 2,000. We'll be doing more Coventry content on there. So let's give a bit of a full match analysis, guys. I think Coventry were maybe worthy of a draw. Okay, maybe. But if you're... I suppose just given our standards at Preston recently, it makes you think that's not too bad. But like, I don't know why we always seem to have Deepdale kryptonite. But yeah, first half, it was okay. It was okay. Preston had 2 or 3 big chances. Dovin makes a good save. They put 1 or 2 wide. Coventry played all right, but didn't carry much of a threat. There was 1 or 2 moments, but nothing dangerous. Second half, we did have 1 good chance with Bassett. 1 good chance. Did we have any more? We scored and it was disallowed. And then right at the end, Bobby Thomas made the keeper make a save. Okay, that's about it. Maybe 1-1 would have been fair. But I don't think we can walk away from this overly optimistic. Maybe not like... I don't know. Some people are entitled to be really negative about it. Once again, I personally am not Robins out, but like, I don't know. Guys, like I say, please check out that link in the live chat. I'm thinking of going live on Cov TV later, which is like the second channel. And I'm just thinking we could talk a bit more about this shambles because we should get people's reactions to that. That was really poor. There's still over 250 people in here, which is great. Thank you so much. The game has finished. It finished 1-0 to Preston. Let's not forget, you know, Preston, they're missing Osmajic. They lost Alan Brown. This might have been the perfect time to play them. I think defensively they were all right. They minimised us to a few chances, but I don't know. I think the referee, yeah, he might have cost us a point, but I still don't think there's too much to be excited about. And like I say, I don't really know what to say about the scenes I've just seen at the end there. You could see Mark Robins went over to the fans. Some of them were giving him a bit of stick. So I could see one of them saying, well, do something about it then. And he was kind of like this, sort of like angrily clapping at them. And it makes me a bit worried. Like, what does this mean? Are we actually getting to a point where a large contingent of the fan base might be turning? I don't know. Maybe we can talk about that in more detail later. But anyway, I did get my prediction right. Not that I'm happy about that, but that's the only thing I can take away from this. I mean, we'll talk about it in more detail later, I guess. Let's just do one last thing. Let's get your final comments in. Let me know your thoughts. Let me just do that. I was going to drop my Instagram down below as well. Yeah, I'll read out some comments before we go. I'll call it at 2:35. We'll call it a day. 2:35. Wallace and Gromit fan says it means Robins is leaving. The hoodoo goes on, says Aid Taylor. Terrible, says Eamon. Ego Chip says Robins needs to go if Coventry want a chance of survival. Not Robins' fault. O'Hare Palmer leaving has been a nightmare for us, says Nino. Gray says it's a loss, no shine on it because Coventry are in bottom 4. Yeah, let's have a look at the bottom of the table, by the way, because Preston were just above us. Luton were just below us. Luton won 3-0 in the end. Oh, and Oxford equalised against West Brom. That finished 1-1. Fair play. I can't seem to get the championship table up. Why is that happening? Oh, here we go. Yeah, there you go, guys. Look, I love Robins, but that's not good enough. That's not good enough. I love him, and I'm not calling him out. I'm not saying he needs to go, but that's fact. That's not good enough. I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. Chin up, Matt says double A. Cheers for that, buddy. And yeah, thank you for your support, guys. It is appreciated. I mean, although I hate losing, I really hate losing, like we all do. One thing I do enjoy with this platform is that we can bounce off each other, and at least Tuesday we're playing again, which gives us a quick turnaround to try and get back to winning ways. But goodness me, it's not good. Relegation form, says Sean. It is, and let's have a look at that table again. If QPR win, I think if QPR draw, no, if QPR win, or Portsmouth win by a few, we could go into the bottom 3. Mainly if QPR win, and QPR are playing Portsmouth. There's a good chance Coventry are going to be in the bottom 3 at the end of this weekend. Thinking about that, then, wow, that puts things into perspective. As soon as you drop into the bottom 3 after 10 games, that makes you think, ooh, you know, because we've hovered above it, but now it's looking dreadful. Are Cov at risk of going down, says Jamie? I don't think so, but we're down there for a reason, clearly, aren't we? Would you take a draw in the next game, says Mike? Maybe if we'd have drawn today, but we've now got to like go and get a win, because we're giving ourselves a mountain to climb. I'm usually okay with draws, but we're getting to a point where we need a win. I mean, a draw wouldn't be a disaster on Tuesday, but yeah. At least you'll have Midlands company in League One next season, says Ego Chip. Are we talking about Birmingham? Right, guys, I'm just going to drop my link in the description if you want to follow that. Just final thing to do before I go today. Please make sure you've dropped a like. Please make sure you've subscribed. Any final comments, get them down below and give us a reason for why you think Coventry have lost, or also a reason for why things are so bad. Or are you? I mean, it'd be good to get a mix of comments. Is there anyone that's still feeling positive and still going to try and be optimistic? Next games are QPR and Luton. They're winnable, says Loca Benz. Well, you know, Preston and Sheffield Wednesday. I'm not saying they're both like easy wins, but we should have been able to get something out of those two games. You know, no game in this division is easy, which Coventry keeps showing. Except if you're playing Coventry at the minute, it seems easy enough. No leaders. Nobody puts in a nasty tackle, says RC. Sophie says, I'm feeling a bit alphabety depressy. Fair enough. I'm feeling down. As you can see, the look on my face. I don't know what to say. I'm just a bit like... I tell you what, Sophie, though. I did call it, didn't I? 1-0 Preston. It had it written all over it. Even at half-time, when people were doing their half-time predictions, I was kind of like, I've been impressed with Coventry. Well, I was satisfied with Coventry, but I could still see us losing it. And there you go. Right, I'm going to sign off, guys. Thank you so much for your comments. Start to say your farewells in the live chat. Let's just read out a few more comments. Not a single yellow tells you our players aren't trying, says M King. Meh, I guess you can look at it that way. Sophie says, you said 1-0, well done. Not happy about it, but I'll take it, I guess. Paul says, players get too used to managers. No blame, just change. Same old same, says Eamon. Chris says, I'm not a Cov fan, but being from your parts, I have a soft spot for them. I think they'll be fine, he says. Yeah, look, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Coventry are now going to be relegated. I'm not going like... It's just like... But we're nowhere near ready for promotion playing like this. 8 points in 10 games. Let's just leave it at that. Because, I mean... I'm going to lose the will to live. Keep positive, says Beardy Man Reviews. See you in the next live, says Kyle. Alfie says farewell. Yeah, thank you for your support, guys. So, what am I going to say? We've got possibly something going out on the second channel later. Might do a live stream. We could talk about things. And then also might do a video on the main channel today, just reacting to some of the scores and stuff. So, yeah, look out for all of that good stuff. I'm going to sign off in a second. Once again, a massive thank you for your support. Any final people that need to make sure they've liked and subscribed, please make sure you have done that, because that is going to be it. Let's see your final comments. I don't know if there are some players in your squad that can't seem to adapt, says GHJN. Yeah, possibly. Loca Benz says, see ya. Yeah, see ya, buddy. See you next time, says Kyle. Yep, that's it, guys. Look, depressing, but we move. No surprises to say it. It's finished here at Deepdale. Preston 1, Coventry City 0. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Peace out.